Good morning, everyone. My name is Nicolas Marcoux, and I'm delighted to be able to talk to you in advance of the project management training. So, just maybe to give you first of all maybe an advice or a tip that I may have gained when I look back over 15 to 20 years of experience in working in development issues. Is the need to keep a degree of flexibility and agility in terms of conducting development projects. The instrument and the tools that we're going to discuss over the course of the training are important because they would allow you to frame your project in the most effective manner to make sure that you can properly identify the issue at stake and accordingly devise an effective way of addressing those one, together with also an appropriate system of ensuring that you can learn from the outcome. Yet all those instruments are instruments, they are tools, they are not a rule. And I think we need to remain agile and flexible because life changes, circumstances changes, and I think we are currently in the midst of a major crisis that very, very few people would have anticipated, or at least in terms of its magnitude, and yet we have to keep going, we have to work, we have to adapt. So project management is important, but what is key important is to remain the key principle of ensuring that you can deliver your good whatever the circumstances. And that's why there is a degree of emphasis when we look at project management on risk, for instance, and that's something that hopefully we might discuss when we talk during the training. Which leads me to maybe share with you one of the key challenges that I have faced in my work when I was working as head of operation of the European Agency for Reconstruction in Belgrade in 2001. We were operating under the framework devised by the government of Zoran Djindjic, who was a very pro-European Prime Minister, and we took a lot of strive in ensuring that Serbia, and at the time what was still called Yugoslavia, could prepare for the membership. And unfortunately and sadly, and I would say tragically, he was assassinated in March 2003, and suddenly all our projects and all our programs had to be reconfigured and redevised. So it's taking back to what I said to you, the necessity to keep always this agility and flexibility so that at the end, above and beyond the people and your counterpart, you need to be able to continue your work. So I think that was a useful learning for myself. And maybe also share with you some degree of documentation or maybe a book that inspired me. And one of those is a book called The White Man's Burden. It was written by William Estelle in the early 2000s. He was a former economic advisor at the World Bank, and it's quite a typical skeptical book on development issues and on the outcome and the result of many years of development and aid and cooperation, I think. And the most important for me is that it gives us an outline of the failures, but positively a series of lessons that we need to learn so that ultimately we can get better at what we do. So I look forward to talk to you and share with you and interact along those lines. And in the meantime, I wish you the best. Bye.